Welcome back everyone, and this is the first ERLC Photoshop suggestions video of 2025. Now the first month of this year in the ERLC community has been a pretty wild one, with a lot of discussions and debates relating to a fire department update, lots of creators talking about it, I've done videos on it. Either way, let's get straight into this. Quick side note as well, we're looking to publish more Roblox roleplay accessories to the platform, to the catalog. So if you do have any suggestions of what you'd like to see added to aid with roleplays or would be cool to wear in game, do let me know in the comments below. First off, take a look at this. This is a Special Operations Hazmat Technical Rescue Vehicle. Most likely would be included with the Game Pass, but that is a crazy vehicle. I really don't even know how to describe it because it is split into two sections. You've got this part which is a trailer back here and the cab at the front, which is the rescue from ERC, and then they've kind of cut off the back half of that so they could put a trailer hitch there. That is a crazy Photoshop. So now the front of the fire department there. Although we do have trailers in the game, we don't really have any semis or anything of this size, I guess. I do not even know how to really describe this one. So we've got another map, showcase map suggestion, Photoshop, and it is wild. So we've got an entire new town over here on the left, the town of Greenwood, or maybe city, I'm not sure. And then we've got a whole list. Open this up here so we can get a better view. So we've got forest over here on the bottom left. We've got a new highway that connects onto Highway 55, which continues across. We've got a state trooper, which is a variant of the police team, third fire department station, second DOT station. Farmers can now go to Greenwood's town square to sell goods. That's cool. Actually gives a purpose to that civilian job. I mean, this is probably one of the more reasonable map expansions I have seen. You know, nothing too crazy. We do have an extension of the highway and whatnot, and the river continuing onwards. But I mean, I've seen crazier. And you know, this adds a nice little town over here, balances out the map a bit. I like it. I do like it. Now, I saw this at first and I was very confused. I was wondering, why would a more expensive car have less health than a truck? But I suppose it does make sense, right? Generalizing a bit, but trucks are made to be rugged. You know, driving these off-road, loading pallets into the back, whereas a supercar or a vehicle like the McLaren or the Bugatti, you're going to want to take more care of those. So although they do cost more money, easier to scratch, easier to dent because they're not made out of the, I guess, just rugged materials the truck is. So I do kind of like that. I think that's an interesting suggestion. I never really would have thought about that. Heads up as well, we do have many vehicle concepts showing up in this video because there have been like two of these members who have just been pumping out these drawings, which are so cool. So this is a fictionalized 1990 Nissan Skyline. And I gotta say, they've done a great job at keeping it recognizable enough, but also not in a place that ERC is going to get sued. I'd love to see this car, and better yet, adding civilian liveries to this. How cool would that be? As I warned you, we have some more. All of these are based on GMC models. So we've got a commuter van down here, or a cargo van, I suppose it's called. We've got the GMC Terrain, and then we've got two more SUV type cars. Honestly, out of all of these, I'd like to see a new or updated van, because I feel that is something we definitely need. Either a new type of van or a van with a openable back. So we can just put pallets in there, bodies, I don't know, whatever you want really. But yeah, if we can just get another commuter van, that would be nice. Or an update to the commuter van. Give them power. Yes, oh yes. Now, if you've driven any large vehicle in ERC, you can very much relate. It is a pain trying to get up onto the highway, trying to get up High Rock Park. Maybe you shouldn't be bringing a flatbed or a bank truck up High Rock Park, but still, you get the idea. Driving up any sort of hill is such a pain. So giving these vehicles just a bit more power would make our life so much easier. Also, I know this is not a video just on the fire department, and I know this isn't a Photoshop, but check out this video here. I have it linked in the description. It's such a good song written by Uncle here. And they've got some nice graphics on the screen as well of the different fire department vehicles as they go along. It's like a whole blown music video. Very nice production quality on this. Back to some more vehicle photoshops, and this time we have some classic fire department vehicles. Out of all of these, I feel like this one, the 1979 fire engine, is the most recognizable as like a classic fire department vehicle, I guess. I just feel like this is something you'd see in photos, movies, news reports, so much more. But we've got classic police department vehicles finally. You've revamped all the classic civilian vehicles. Why not give us some classic fire department vehicles? And a fire department update, but we won't talk about that too much right now. Now this is an interesting one. The ability for private servers to have a fully custom outfit template. Essentially, it would mean that people don't need to buy UGCs. They can just upload them to their ERLC private server and people can use them there. So, I mean, pros and cons with that. But I like the concept here. I really do. Being able to save full outfit types, customize your avatar inside the game, having different presets, that is really useful. Being able to switch through them fairly quickly. Staying sort of on the topic of accessories, we have criminal and law enforcement vests. So civilian armor can be bought in the criminal hideout up higher up park, and then I guess the law enforcement ones would be from the station. And so we've got 3 different types for each team. We've got 5% bullet protection, 10% and 15%. And the top one requires the game pass, and then these 2 are just purchasable with cash. I do like this. I really do like this, and I feel like this should be an option. Either from the gun store or some shady cabin up in higher up park, we should be able to buy some sort of bulletproof vest as civilian. Yes, I love this. More farm dedicated vehicles. So we've got an updated tractor, baler harvester, and a dump truck, which I suppose could be used for the construction side, other civilian jobs maybe, or just contracting use in roleplay servers. So yes, please, definitely. Or I suppose maybe just like an addition, like a customization option for a different truck. I'm not sure if that would work, but still. Anyways, harvester, I feel like that's kind of big for the farm area we have right now. But still, baler, tractor, 2,500, whatever you'd like to call it. Yes, please. Add them in and give us some more stuff to do over by the farms. Custom quick radio. I've seen this suggested for years now. And essentially, its players will be able to customize quick radio and have their own messages sent. So you've got, 5 different options here. Whether that's requesting backup in a pursuit or some sort of specialized call out, maybe you're in a shootout, something like that, you need to get a bit more specific than the ones we currently have in game. I really like this option, and maybe private servers have an option to set their own, I suppose. Racetrack. So this is an interesting use of this area of the map that is empty, I guess. Some people need a place where they can do high-speed driving without any restrictions. And it actually looks here that the highway goes over the racetrack and into the pit lane area, which is interesting because I feel like that's a strange place for a highway to stop. But either way, it looks like a nice track actually. You've got a mixture of different corners here. Pretty high risk as well. If you go for corners 1 or 6, you're going to end up in someone's back garden. That's, I guess, something to watch out for, but I like this. The track looks cool. I'm not sure if they'd ever consider adding a track right here. I feel like that's an awkward place to do so, but I would like to see some sort of track or, I don't know, maybe even just a drag strip. They got to do something, but definitely need some sort of map change to facilitate one. Yet another fire department related suggestion, but look at this, the heavy wrecker. Now, this is something I feel DOT and fire department have an equal chance of receiving, I suppose you could say, because both could use them for a variety of callouts. But either way, this is a very nice, I don't know if this is a Photoshop or they've made this in studio. However they've done this, it's a very nice job. The livery is well applied here and it looks pretty solid. So yes, please. And ERLC devs, take note. And last but not least, custom sirens. Going back to this one, which has been highly suggested. And I suppose in this concept, they have it so there's a library. So PRC will upload maybe some UK sirens, a few different types of US sirens, German, French, etc. And you pick one, and then those will be applied to all your vehicles. Crywing did talk about this fairly recently, basically just saying he'd like to do this in the future, but it is fairly difficult, which I understand, so let's have hope, and maybe we can see something come into life later this year or 2026. We'll have to wait and see. Right, well, thank you very much for watching this video. Some really interesting Photoshops we had to cover today. As always, let me know which ones you'd like to see implemented into the game. And talking about the fire department, seems to be pretty much anyone from the ERLC community is talking about on Discord, YouTube, even in game, there are protests going on, which is pretty wild. By now, I definitely think the developers have seen everyone's requests, and I'm sure they're either working on something or have plans to work on something, but I believe we'll have the spring update first at the beginning of February, so either next week or the week after, and then after that, it really could be any time over the spring or summer. We'll have to wait and see. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed anyways. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.